Isn't it nice that this fancy computer can talk to you? Welcome to the Amiga A1200 review.
Radio Tango Mike 062 Jez back again. This time video on my Commodore Amiga 1200. This was kindly donated to me by a neighbour who didn't want it no more, and what we were going to do was just chuck it in the bin, and I said no, I'll take it. And under the hood is a 6830 Motorola processor, 64 mega RAM running at 50 megahertz, and it's got 3.1 ROMs installed. It's a 4 GB compact flash hard drive in there, and 3.1 ROMs, and a custom version of OS 3.9 with WHD load. Let me show you the back of the computer. Expansion port. Don't know what it's used for, but if you watch Kooky Tech's videos, if you type on YouTube Kooky Tech, you'll see a video he's done. He actually has a VGA port going through there, a game port and a mouse port. You've got a disk drive port, a serial port, you've got a parallel port or central mix port, left and right audio, you've got a video port, you've got a composite video port, and last but not least you've got RF out and a power connection. You've also got credit card slot at the side. This enables you to put Wi-Fi cards in there, compact flash devices, SCSI drives, that sort of thing. And on the side here you've got, which very rarely gets used these days because of the hard drive in there, where you've got a 880k disk drive. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fire it up, and I'll show you some of the games running. Now, one problem you're probably going to run into is when you buy an Amiga mouse, you'll find that after a while the ball gets stuck on the desk because it's ball, not optical. So I bought one of these. This is a mouse adapter, and it allows me to run, you can see that there, PS2 style mice on the Amiga. So at the moment I'm running this mouse. Cheap optical mouse from Samsung. I've had it about 10-15 years, but it works fine on the Amiga. And as for control pads, you can use anything with a standard connection like that, DB9 I think they call it. That's what all computers were back in the day. Atari, Commodore, Spectrum, Amstrad, that sort of stuff, use the same connection. So that'll go in. Plug the Sega controller in. Get it in there. I'm going to plug in the mouse, and I'll boot into Workbench. This is the custom version of Workbench, OS 3.9. I'll get that mouse in there. Okay, then we just need to plug the power in, and this has got hundreds of games on it. So, let's have a look at the screen. So anytime soon you should see the Workbench screen load up. That's in focus. Right, this is the Workbench. I can right click and go Workbench and go About, Kickstart 4.0 Workbench version 4, and 95, 85, 97 Commodore, all that's reserved, and add the 3 ROMs. Got a RAM disk, games 1, the Workbench, and other games. Clear the RAM, files, run some stuff. Other games, well, I think they're empty. Yeah, well, I think they're empty. Yeah, they're empty. You need the 8 gig card. It fills them up. Demos, it fills up. Temporary files, my files, icons, shell, that's the CLI, command line interface, or can't learn it. There's the help, and there's a CX, where it is handler. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a bit of the Workbench. We're going to go into the Workbench directory, and we are going to click on Utilities, and we're going to click on Say. Now this will turn the computer into a speech machine. So
Hello, world.
it made me thinking, well, yeah, computers do that these days, but 20 odd years ago, maybe, well, on the first version of Workbench, 87, whenever it came out, if you were doing this was amazing if you got your computer to talk to you. Right, let's have a look at some of the games. So if I go to Games 1, let's move that on, and we've got A500 games, E to Z. So we can look at the very first FIFA game. I believe it was FIFA International Soccer. We should see the screen come up. It says loading and depacking or crunching, I think.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Now with this game you have to swap the mouse over with the joystick. I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to let the intro load up so you can see what it looks like. Oh, I can push the button, it seems to work, so I might have to swap it after all. Let's have a look. I'll do. Right, no, I need to change it over. So I'm going to push F10, that should quit us. I'll show you another game, a couple of other games. Another one of my favourites. And the sound for this next game was absolutely incredible for the time. And we're going to look at Lotus Turbo Challenge 2, which should be there. Again, we're just going to double click it and it will say press help to quit. So when you finish playing it, you just press the help button and it goes back to the desktop. I want automatic gears. I can have a joystick to go up to control, I can have the button to control, I can change the controls. Well, I can't, stuck on joystick. Okay, we'll go game and we start the game. This is the forest course.
Mouse. Set. Go.
You can do two-player this via serial link or two-player split screen. You just notice you can't really crash, you just bounce off things. Right, so I'm going to push, I think it's print screen. F10 there. That F10 pauses it. Help to quit. And we're going to look at a game that was designed for the 1200 on the AGA chipset, and we're going to look at Zool. So AGA games, try this needs 4 meg fast RAM, so we'll look at this one. We'll look at Zool. There's Zool. And Zool. It's saying again, push print screen to quit. In association with the Chubba Chubs, you run around dolly mixtures and lollipops in this game. Here we go. Okay, we're going to push the print screen and we'll go back and try another 2 games. So this next one's another classic. It was on near enough every system, and we're going to look at, if I can find it on it. So I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. I'm looking for Aladdin, but I can't seem to actually find it. There we are, Aladdin. This is Aladdin. This was a very popular game, 1994. I think that's when it was out. Against F9 Equip. Very popular game. It was on the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, Master System, Amiga, and this is more or less the same as the Mega Drive version. Okay, let's have the joypad throw, and we'll start the game. There we go. This is. Let's be quick in case I get done for copyright because it sings the Aladdin theme. Absolute blinding game. This is very popular on Mega Drive and Super Nintendo back in the day. I'll push F9. And one more quick game. Now, if you haven't played this game on an Amiga, then you haven't lived. This game was made for the Amiga. Well, it's my favourite version anyway. This one got released on every system: Spectrum, Commodore, Amiga, Atari, Master System, Game Gear, and we're going to look at the original Lemmings, and it's saying again to press F10 to equip. Detects I got expansion RAM and utilised. I'll just do the first level on this one. So I have 1 player, 2 player, so I'll do the 1 player. Press the mouse button. So up the speed, so it'll come out a bit faster. Press and dig in. I need to save 1 home. That's for the purpose of this demo. I'm going to kill them all. One of them's gone and I've failed the level. Never mind. Right, thanks for watching. Cheers and beers. This is 26 Tango Mike 062. Just had a quick look at the Commodore Amiga 1200. Cheers and beers.